Today we have with us one of the most renowned designers from India. He is here in Vancouver to showcase his latest collection in Vancouver Fashion Week. He says that his fashion is for a cause. Let's meet the man himself, Mr. Shravan Kumar. Hi Shravan.
Hi,
How are you doing today?
very good. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for talking to DARPAN magazine. We really appreciate it and it's an honor. So Shravan, tell us, what brings you back in Vancouver?
There's so much of love, obviously the place, and the sovereignty this place is built in to actually accumulate so many different parts of country together, world together, like people from China, people from Hong Kong, people from India. So I think Vancouver is the best mixture of people around the world having the total integrity and sovereignty together. So
That
I
is
think
so
that's
true.
the best place to showcase my collection, which is again very socially viable. My fashion is for a cause, it's not for a purpose. In the sense, I would say that obviously whenever we showcase taking a social community service in mind. We run a society called Alim Society, out of which we help quite a lot of poor weavers in and around India to understand and to get their demographic and geographic content of their clothing.
Yeah, absolutely. No wonder this is so accepted and loved whenever you come to Vancouver. And this is your third season in Vancouver Fashion Week, and you're one of the most anticipated designers internationally. How does that make you feel?
It's actually scary. See, because I like to be myself, and anticipation out of an artist. I'm an artist. More than being a designer, I'm an artist. I like to present what I feel like presenting. This time I'm projecting my tribute to the tribes of India, where we are paying our tributes to all the gypsy cultures presently fomented in India, like from Bhuj, Kutch, Telangana, Andhra, Karnataka, Rajasthan, and quite a lot of other places,
Wow.
which are so-called Bhujodis, Kachodis, Lambadas, Rajwadas, couple of people, whoever follow being tribes. You know basically what tribes are?
Yeah.
They're basically kind of people who like to make everything out of whatever is available.
Yeah.
They do not create something new.
Useful of resources, yeah.
So, and I think I really respect the way the Indian tribal community has put up their ensemble and clothes together, because I think they are the only people in the world who try to lessen the obsolescence and wastage. They try to recreate, reinvent, and refurbish the fashion element so that the wastage is removed. So we basically support the green footprint, where wastage and arsenic compounds are no. So basically our clothes are very eco-friendly and bio-friendly, and they have a relation thing in supporting the ecosystem totally.
That makes complete sense when you say that your fashion is for a cause, because you are promoting this cause of usefulness of resources while inclination towards fashion as well. Now Shravan, you've been working in India and now you have such a big international audience. How do you see the contrast or the combination of having an Indian audience and an international audience?
Basically, I do not think there is a lot of contrast in between the Indian audience and the international audience, because Indian audience have put up the scale and raised their bar so much that for them what's very, very important is usability is the name of the game.
Yeah.
People do not tend to spend a lot of money actually to the things what they do not use. So basically in this collection of mine, if you're gonna have a keen look, you are gonna see quite a lot of pieces which are convertibles, where you can wear a skirt back across for a normal party and team it up with something else for a very large niche party, or for a wedding, or back home for a small party. So I think usability is very, very important. People do forget that clothes have to be used
again.
and reused, and
Exactly.
for different occasions, because you're paying at
And
the end
that's
of
such a big point, because when you invest in something, when you invest in clothes, there is a sort of usability that comes in factor.
True.
When you want to team it up with pants or skirts.
True.
So that's great that you put that point across. Now, Shravan, there is do you feel that there is a strong withhold of India in the global fashion market?
Totally. I totally agree, and I'm sure about it because India has got such a huge palette of culture to it, a huge background, and the color palette is like I think no other country would have, because in India is totally called a subcontinent, but whereas we have a part of Vancouver or a part of Canada there at the northern India region where the climates are extreme. It's either extremely cold or extremely hot. Or when you come to the west of India, we have a very mixed climate. It's more like Hawaii or more like Peru and quite a lot of other places in the world. When you go to the eastern part of India, it's totally very sandy, and it gets you a lot of desert feel. And the southern part of India is again very temperate and very tropical. Like LA.
Yeah.
So I think basically India being called a subcontinent is yes, because we have got taste of all the different cultures coming together, 27 different states, 27 different languages. We speak more than 300
diverse.
different dialects. So there is so much of diversity in our unity. So I think we could not be a better example.
There could be a better representative of India
to follow,
in Vancouver Fashion Week than you.
Thank you.
Now, before I let you go, Shravan, I want to ask you, if you had to describe your approach to fashion in one word or a phrase, what would you say?
I think fashion for me is a religion. I cannot change it, but fashion is something which is everywhere. I think it's not only about clothes. The way you talk is fashion, the way you walk is fashion, the way you look at things is fashion, and the way you approach and the way you think about. And I think totally your life is fashion.
Yeah.
As far as you have that very positive approach, and actually when you know what you want and when you know what you don't want, becomes easier.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for enlightening us about fashion and everything that you do. It's so great. It was an honor to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking to DARPAN Magazine, Shravan. Thank you so much.